I still rent. No property, no car, no mortgage. I earn £349,000 a year, and I am sitting in a one-bed flat in Bermondsey that I do not own. Total net worth, somewhere around... I'm 31, senior associate at a Magic Circle firm, based in London, Canary Wharf adjacent, if you want the postcode energy. And my total annual comp is £349,000. That is not pure salary. That's base plus bonus, and the difference matters enormously, which I'll get to in a second. Base is roughly £220,000. The year-end bonus lands at around £129,000. Variable, taxed immediately, and it disappears faster than it arrived. On paper, £349,000. In reality, the bonus hits once a year and vanishes before you blink. I'll show you exactly where it all goes, starting with the part that genuinely made me angry the first time I saw it. So monthly, my gross works out to about £18,300 from base, plus roughly £10,700 if you average the bonus across 12 months. Total monthly gross, around £29,000. Side income? Zero. There is no side hustle. There is no time for a side hustle. That's not a humble brag, it's just Tuesday. £349,000 sounds like freedom. It is not freedom. It is a very expensive treadmill. Here's the part nobody talks about. What actually hits your account. The UK tax system at this income level is not gentle. Above £125,000, you're into the 45% additional rate, on top of national insurance, on top of losing your personal allowance entirely. Roughly £160,000 a year goes to tax and deductions. Gone. My monthly take-home lands at about £15,500, which means I hand the government somewhere around £13,300 a month. Every month, without a conversation. And then my pension contributions come out on top of that. About £2,500 combined between my own and employer contributions, which I know is smart, but it still stings in the moment. Real spendable cash, roughly £13,000 a month. So what do I actually do with £13,000 a month in London? Let's go through it. But first, how I got here, quickly. I applied to 22 firms, got 3 offers, took the one that paid most. Classic. What it cost me is something I didn't fully price in at 24. I haven't slept 8 hours on a weeknight since 2019. That's the honest version. Now, rent. £3,500 a month. One bed in Bermondsey, south of the river. Nice building, thin walls, overpriced. Still cheaper than anything in Zone 1 with the same square footage. I've made peace with it. Utilities and broadband come to about £280 a month. Nothing interesting to say about that line. It just leaves. Transport is around £450 a month. Oyster for the commute. Ubers for everything after 9 p.m. I take the tube at 7 a.m. and Ubers at midnight. That's the whole strategy. I know I should just take the tube home. I don't. I'm tired. I don't want to talk about it. Groceries run about £450 a month. Waitrose mostly. I buy expensive bread. I eat it at my desk. Subscriptions are roughly £220 a month. Netflix, Spotify, the NYT, LinkedIn Premium, and 2 gym memberships. 2 gym memberships. We'll come back to that. Restaurants and eating out. £900 a month. This city is full of beautiful restaurants, and I feel genuinely obligated to visit all of them. Coffee is £180 a month. Daily. Every day. No exceptions. I've done the maths. I don't care. Clothes and shopping lands at about £600 a month. You bill in a suit. You need suits. That's the excuse, and I'm keeping it. I earmark £700 a month for travel. 2 proper holidays a year. Business class one way if I'm paying for it. Fully business if the firm is. And then there's roughly £400 a month I call miscellaneous. That is the honest number. It covers everything I'm slightly ashamed of and can't quite categorize. Now, the 2 gyms. Barry's Boot Camp is £150 a month. The yoga studio is £130. I go to Barry's maybe twice a week. The yoga studio? Twice a month, if I'm being generous. I am paying for the idea of balance, not the reality of it. People always say, cancel the second gym. I say, find me a 6 a.m. slot at Barry's that isn't already full, and then we'll talk. The other controversy is the one I've been quietly dreading. I am 31 years old. I earn £349,000 a year, and I have not bought a property. I know. The comments are going to be brutal on this one. I have a whole explanation. It's not a great explanation. Weekday life is simple in the way that punishing routines are simple. Desk by 8 a.m., rarely out before 9 p.m., the Jubilee line in both directions, a 20-minute Uber home if I miss the last comfortable train. Weekends have a shape. Saturday mornings at Borough Market, the actual market, not just the Instagram version. Coffee, sourdough, wandering. Sunday afternoons in Soho. It always ends at the same wine bar near London Bridge. Same corner table, same burgundy. I eat well, I sleep badly, I dress expensively, I holiday twice a year. That is the life. Goals. I want to buy a flat in the next 18 months. The deposit is basically ready. The commitment isn't. I want to exit big law before I'm 35. In-house, GC track, or just out entirely. I'm not precious about which. Investing-wise, ISA is maxed every year at £20,000. Pension is growing, and I have a small S&P tracker outside of that, which I mostly try not to look at. Here's what I actually have saved, which is probably the number people came for. Cash savings, roughly £85,000, liquid, earmarked for a deposit. ISA and investments, about £110,000, built up over the last 3 or 4 years of consistent contributions. Pension pot, around £75,000, still early, still in the aggressive growth phase. Total net worth, somewhere around £270,000. Sounds like a lot. Feels like a down payment. And here's the thing I'd actually do differently. I didn't buy in 2021, when rates were sitting at 1%. That decision cost me. I don't want to say how much. I sometimes look at friends who went into tech at 27, got RSS, worked reasonable hours, and they are now sitting on more than me. That is a thought I have, regularly. And before anyone says, "Cry me a river," I know exactly how this sounds. But that's the honest version, not the polished one. £349,000 in London is comfortable. It is not set for life. It is one bad year, one missed bonus, one redundancy cycle away from feeling very tight, very fast. I don't feel rich. I feel like I earn a lot, spend a lot, and hope the gap between the two is enough.